The movie begins with a boy named Michael, who is obsessed with superheroes after watching TV shows and movies. He dreams of becoming heroes like Spider-Man, Superman, and Batman. One day, he jumps from a terrace, believing he can fly like Superman, but instead breaks his arm badly. His parents explain to him that real superheroes are not people with powers, but ordinary people who help others. But Michael misunderstands everything. One day, in anger, he burns his own parents alive inside their house. Years later, in present time, Michael dresses like a superhero and attacks bank robbers. He carries a special gas formula that freezes people's bodies temporarily. When the robbers insult him and call him useless, Michael becomes furious and kills them brutally. News channels start reporting about a dangerous new superhero in the city. The story then shifts to a village named Anjanadri. There lives a carefree young man named Hanumanthu. One day, a monkey steals mangoes, but Hanumanthu takes them away and distributes them among children. Hanumanthu notices local goons harassing his best friend Kasi for money. Kasi says he could not pay because his cows produce less milk and business has been poor. The goons threaten him badly. Hanumanthu steps in to protect Kasi but gets beaten up badly during the fight. Later, Hanumanthu secretly steals a gold chain to help Kasi repay his debt. Kasi then gives Hanumanthu good news. His childhood love Meenakshi has returned to the village. Flashbacks show Hanumanthu's childhood love for Meenakshi. He secretly helped her in games, won prizes for her using his slingshot, and always fulfilled her wishes. But Meenakshi never realized it was Hanumanthu helping her all along. At home, Hanumanthu's elder sister Anjamma scolds him for constantly stealing and getting into trouble. She says one day his actions will destroy their reputation. In the village, the sound of a conch shell announces a gathering. The villagers are ruled by a cruel protector system called Polygar. Their leader is Gajapati, who extorts villagers in the name of protection and even kills people when necessary. Meenakshi openly questions this system and asks why villagers still tolerate such oppression when there are no real bandits anymore. Gajapati arrogantly replies that the tradition has existed for generations. Meanwhile, an old mysterious sage arrives in the village. His true identity is kept secret. One night, Meenakshi travels to the city by bus with her aunt. Hanumanthu secretly follows her because he wants to tie anklets on her feet as a gift. But Meenakshi's aunt catches him and throws him out of the bus, calling him a thief. Soon, bandits attack the bus at night. Passengers run in fear while the criminals chase Meenakshi. Suddenly, the mysterious sage appears disguised like a lion and indirectly guides Hanumanthu toward Meenakshi. Hanumanthu fights the bandits bravely using his slingshot and saves Meenakshi. But the gang overpowers him, repeatedly stabs him with knives, and throws him off a mountain cliff into the sea. While sinking underwater, Hanumanthu notices glowing shells beneath the water. Meenakshi's necklace falls deep underwater into one of those shells. There he discovers a glowing yellow stone containing a sacred drop of Lord Hanuman's blood. As sunlight touches the stone, divine energy flows into Hanumanthu's body. His wounds heal instantly. His broken bones recover. He gains incredible superhuman strength. Back home, Hanumanthu accidentally breaks beds, walls, and doors because he cannot control his powers. Meenakshi and Kasi arrive thinking Hanumanthu was badly injured, but are shocked seeing him completely healthy. At school, Gajapati's goons steal food from children. Meenakshi argues with them. Hanumanthu arrives and unknowingly uses his super strength to defeat them all easily. Hanumanthu tries telling Meenakshi that he was the one who saved her and beat the goons. He even says he has superpowers. But before he can prove it, clouds cover the sun and his powers disappear completely. When he tries breaking objects, he embarrasses himself badly. Back home, Hanumanthu thinks the stone has lost its powers. He even performs strange rituals trying to reactivate it. His sister catches him and throws him out angrily. The next morning, sunlight touches the stone again, and Hanumanthu regains his powers. He demonstrates them to Kasi by lifting huge objects, smashing walls, and pushing iron rods into the ground. Kasi jokingly says if Hanumanthu truly wants to be a superhero, he should stop a train with one finger. They go near railway tracks to test his strength. As a speeding train approaches, Hanumanthu becomes terrified and tries to run away at the last second. However, before he can escape, the train hits him. Seeing this, Kasi breaks down in tears, believing his friend is gone. But moments later, as if nothing had happened, Hanumanthu calmly gets up and walks toward his shocked friend, leaving Kasi speechless and amazed. Meanwhile, Meenakshi mistakenly believes another man named Ganesh Rao saved her because he possesses her necklace. Ganesh lies and pretends to be her savior in order to impress her. Hanumanthu feels heartbroken watching Meenakshi getting close to Ganesh. To expose him, Hanumanthu gives Ganesh a slingshot challenge. Ganesh fails miserably and accidentally breaks an old man's poison bottle. The old man reveals he wanted to die because Gajpati's system has ruined farmers' lives and taken away all their crops and earnings. Angered by this, Meenakshi challenges Gajpati publicly and demands an end to the polygar system. Gajpati says he will consider it only if someone defeats him in combat. Hanumanthu jumps into the fight but loses badly once clouds block the sunlight again. Gajpati humiliates him in front of the entire village. Anjamma prays desperately to God for help. Suddenly, the clouds disappear and sunlight touches the sacred stone again. Hanumanthu regains his divine strength instantly. This time, he destroys Gajpati and his men completely. Villagers start worshipping Hanumanthu like a divine protector. But instead of becoming a ruler himself, Hanumanthu breaks the ceremonial staff and says the village should choose its own leaders democratically. Suddenly, a helicopter lands in the village carrying Michael and his assistant Siri. They claim they want to help the village by building hospitals and schools. But secretly, Michael had seen footage of Hanumanthu surviving a train collision and came searching for the source of his powers. The next day, construction work for the new hospital begins in the village. During the ceremony, Michael secretly tests Hanumanthu's powers by dropping a massive boulder toward the villagers. Hanumanthu notices the danger immediately. To avoid exposing himself publicly, he hides behind a mask, secretly looks toward the sacred stone under sunlight, transforms with divine strength, and lifts the enormous rock effortlessly. The villagers are amazed, but Michael still cannot figure out exactly how Hanumanthu activates his powers. That evening, Siri proudly shows Michael a powerful new combat suit he created. Siri claims the suit is stronger than vibranium itself. The movie includes many references to Marvel, DC, X-Men, and Power Rangers-style superhero worlds during these scenes. Meanwhile, Kasi tells Hanumanthu that stories about his powers are spreading beyond the village and he is becoming famous everywhere. Hanumanthu excitedly suggests going to the city, but Kasi reminds him about his sister Anjamma's sacrifices. Kasi explains that Anjamma never married because she spent her whole life taking care of Hanumanthu. She believed her younger brother could not survive alone. He could not cook, wash clothes, or even handle basic responsibilities properly. Hanumanthu becomes emotional hearing this truth. For the first time, he truly understands his sister's sacrifices. The next morning, Hanumanthu completely changes his lifestyle. He wakes up early, works hard collecting hundreds of coconuts for temple rituals, cooks food properly, manages responsibilities, and even arranges a marriage proposal for Anjamma. Anjamma becomes extremely happy seeing her brother finally becoming mature and responsible. Later, Hanumanthu meets Gajpati privately. He tells him that politics is not easy and says that if a strong man like Gajpati chooses goodness instead of cruelty, he can still help the village honestly. But while returning home, Hanumanthu suddenly gets attacked using Michael's freezing gas. His body becomes paralyzed and he is kidnapped. Hanumanthu wakes up inside Michael's secret facility, where Michael and Siri begin interrogating him. Michael repeatedly demands, "Tell me where your powers come from." Siri searches Hanumanthu's belongings and only finds a slingshot, marbles, and the glowing stone. Siri himself does not fully understand the truth behind the powers. Hanumanthu cleverly notices sunlight entering the room. He realizes the stone only activates through sunlight, so he intentionally provokes Siri into slapping him. The slap knocks Hanumanthu near the stone, just as sunlight touches it. Instantly, Hanumanthu regains his divine powers. He breaks free violently and escapes the facility. Michael becomes extremely furious after losing him again. He decides that if he cannot control Hanumanthu, he will destroy the entire village instead. Michael orders huge quantities of tungsten powder and converts it into dangerous gas weapons. Siri becomes disturbed by Michael's behavior and says, "You are no longer becoming a superhero. You are becoming a supervillain." Enraged, Michael even tries to kill Siri. That same night, armed men begin attacking Hanuman. Suddenly, a mysterious masked warrior appears and protects him. Bullets are fired everywhere, but the warrior dodges everything effortlessly. People become confused because Hanumanthu normally loses powers at night without sunlight. Later, it is revealed that the masked protector was actually the mysterious old sage disguised as Hanumanthu. Meanwhile, Anjamma's wedding celebrations begin in the village. Everyone is finally happy. But Michael suddenly arrives during the ceremony and publicly accuses Hanumanthu of stealing a bag full of money and an important magical stone from him. The villagers begin doubting Hanumanthu immediately. Michael's men secretly plant the stolen bag inside Hanumanthu's house during the confusion. When villagers search the house, they find the bag and turn against Hanumanthu. Michael says he does not care about the money and only wants his special stone returned. Hanumanthu realizes he has no choice and hands over what appears to be the magical stone. But it is actually fake glass. Michael greedily holds it under sunlight, expecting powers, but instead nothing happens, and his eyes get hurt from the sunlight's reflection. Furious, Michael orders his men to attack. A brutal fight breaks out inside the village. During the chaos, Michael pulls out a gun and fires directly at Hanumanthu. Because of Hanumanthu's divine body, the bullet passes straight through him harmlessly. But the bullet hits Anjamma standing behind him. Everyone freezes in shock. Hanumanthu desperately carries his injured sister, searching for help. But there are no nearby hospitals. Believing sunlight and the sacred power may save her, Hanumanthu races toward the mountain cliffs where sunlight still shines. He tries to use the stone's power to heal Anjamma. But he arrives too late. Anjamma dies in Hanumanthu's arms. This becomes the most emotional moment of the entire film. The sister who raised him from childhood, protected him, fed him, supported him, and sacrificed her own happiness for him is gone forever. After Anjamma's death, Hanumanthu completely breaks emotionally. He performs her final rites with tears in his eyes, realizing too late how much she sacrificed for him throughout her life. Meanwhile, Michael fully embraces his role as a monster. Using the tungsten gas, he freezes the entire village. People become motionless like statues, trapped in the middle of whatever they were doing. At this critical moment, the mysterious old sage finally reveals his true identity. He is Vibhishana, the immortal being from the Ramayana era. Vibhishana explains that he has been secretly guiding Hanumanthu the entire time. He tells Hanumanthu that true power does not come only from magical abilities. Even Lord Hanuman himself once forgot his own strength until someone reminded him. Vibhishana then references an important lesson similar to the famous Spider-Man quote, "If you are nothing without the suit, then you do not deserve the suit." The message is clear. Hanumanthu must become strong from within, not depend completely on the sacred stone. Hanumanthu asks Vibhishana, "Why did these powers come only to me?" Vibhishana explains that just like Lord Hanuman once received Sita Devi's sacred ornament, Hanumanthu also received Meenakshi's necklace underwater at the exact moment he found the divine stone containing Lord Hanuman's blood. That coincidence was destiny itself. By then, Hanumanthu had already thrown away the sacred stone in anger earlier, and now Michael is desperately searching the entire village trying to find it. Even though Hanumanthu temporarily has no powers, he now has something stronger, support from the people around him. Siri and even Gajpati eventually stand with him against Michael. A massive war begins across the village. Hanumanthu fights Michael's army while villagers struggle to survive the chaos. Michael unleashes drones, explosives, gas weapons, and advanced combat technology everywhere. Hanumanthu notices gas cylinders attached to flying drones. Using strategy instead of raw power, he throws one cylinder high into the sky onto a drone, triggering chain explosions that destroy many of Michael's weapons. Finally, only Michael remains. Michael now wears a gigantic armored supersuit, similar to a Thanos-level battle armor. The visual effects and action sequences become massive during this final fight. Hanumanthu and Michael engage in an intense hand-to-hand battle. Michael's suit gives him enormous strength, but Hanumanthu continues fighting with pure determination and devotion. Eventually, Hanumanthu unlocks the full divine power of Lord Hanuman within himself and completely destroys Michael. During the final explosion, the sacred stone shatters permanently. A glowing drop from the stone flies directly into Hanumanthu's eye. Vibhishana then warns everyone that the destruction of the sacred stone will awaken dangerous demonic forces sleeping across the world. He explains that until now, the sacred stone kept evil powers sealed. But now that it has broken, darkness will rise again. Then comes the film's grand final reveal. Far away in a hidden mountain cave, the real Lord Hanuman himself is shown meditating in divine form. Hanuman Chalisa begins playing powerfully in the background. Lord Hanuman slowly opens his eyes. Hanumanthu emotionally folds his hands and bows before him with deep devotion. The movie ends on this epic spiritual moment, teasing future battles and the continuation of the Hanuman cinematic universe. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more awesome movie recaps. See you in the next one. Bye.